Are you serious?
Hello, I'm Marcus Bronzy.
Hello, do we rub our breasts while we introduce ourselves?
Rub our breath. Hello. Hi. Yeah, I'm hi. Hello, I'm Marcus Bronzy.
Enough.
Hi, I'm Marcus Bronzy.
I'm Sean.
And this is How to Kill an Hour, the show where apparently I rub my breasts at the start of it. There we go, apparently. Or my man pecs. That's what we call them, innit?
Yeah. Still
Just about now, just about. If I stay in the gym and stay off the pies. This is the show where Sean and I go on the internet and find some funny stuff. Funny jokes. Funny videos. Things to do. Fine, really, innit? How you doing, Sean?
I'm good, man. I'm
Good, man. I'm glad to see that your sunburn has subsided and now
it's
turned into a
peeling.
slight tan.
It's peeling.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I've got patchwork arms.
Honestly, that left arm with the watch on it, you can really see where the watch was on that day of golf.
Yeah.
Are you still basking in your victory? Do you still feel like a golf champ?
Yeah. Even though it was third place, I don't like to celebrate third place too much in it. But
You don't want to
because I'm not that great.
You don't want to be a bronzy one of sorts. You don't. What's wrong with that? What's wrong with that? I know some people have built their whole career around
I know.
coming third.
Those guys, honestly.
Yeah. Anyway, look, I think we should crack on. We've got loads to get into this week, Sean. Loads to get through. Lots of important stuff. Some happy, some sad. But one thing that is happening in the UK right now, something that one of the few things that we have that's still great here in Britain that people always find a way to complain, but they can't really complain about this.
Okay.
Wimbledon is here. One of the great tennis tournaments that humanity's ever seen. On grass.
I'm going to be biased and say the most prestigious.
It's the most prestigious, yeah.
Tennis tournament.
It's regal, innit? It's regal, it's fancy. Everybody wants to go. Nobody, I don't feel like there's anyone that would turn down
Yeah, it's true.
Wimbledon. Do you know what I mean?
People queue for hours and hours and hours and
my
hours.
days.
Yeah.
I watched the social media, like a TikTok or whatever, about a guy, and he did come from like the Midlands. He left his house at 1:45 a.m. and from leaving his house at 1:45 to actually watching tennis, it took 10 hours.
Yeah. I mean, people will queue up on a
hours.
Saturday morning to get tickets for Sunday, right?
That's ridiculous. Yeah, some people camp out.
5 or 6 hours or something like that.
It's prestigious, but I don't know if it's that prestigious for me. I think I'd queue, but overnight.
Not
I don't know,
overnight.
yeah.
I think a lot of people, they queue and they just get a bit tanked and have some strawberries and cream and
right.
starch and scones.
So it's like
Scones or scones?
Scones. We've got to ask them, innit? A scone.
I've actually got.
That's like.
This is not a segue,
Yeah.
but I've actually got a list of words that the pronunciation changes from person to person, and not only that, the same person, but using it in different contexts.
Wow. Okay. Is can I guess one of them?
You can.
Is one scallops and scallops?
It's not.
Really?
Might add
Okay.
that to the list.
All right. There you
might
go.
add
Yeah.
that to- do you want me to give you one?
Yeah. Go on. Whoa. The show's just started.
What's
3 minutes in? Okay.
Cameras.
First innuendo. All right, guys. It was a great episode. How's killing that one? It's bad.
Idiot. Give you one off the top there. Distribution. So, distribute.
Yeah.
Distribute.
Yeah. Distribute. Distribute goes out to.
But some people also will say, I distribute, but I distributed.
All right. I distributed. Okay, I get it.
You know, sometimes people will use two. Anyway, I've got a good solid 12. Maybe I'll bring that.
Bring that to the table, bro.
Yeah.
Who knows?
It's only taken me a year to gather that intel.
Listen, what you do in your spare time, we listen, but we don't judge.
Okay. A peek into my sad.
God, that
my
crazy
sad
life. Bro, you're a bit right. You slow down, you rock and roll this, right? Right, anyway, guys, look, you know how we kick off the show. If it's your first time listening, we crack on with our jokes of the week. But of course, Wimbledon is on, right? So it's only right that we get through some horrible tennis jokes. Now, Sean, I feel like it's only right for me to just throw all of these at you at once and get them out of the way, all right?
Can I ask, are they that bad? Are they really bad?
do you really want me to answer? You might want to press. You might want to leave the show after this. This might be the last ever show. So here are some tennis jokes
of the week.
Right. A couple of these come from Shingman, who's a big fan of the show, actually.
Big up Shingman.
Okay. What do you call a girl standing in the middle of a tennis court?
Don't know.
A net.
I quite like that one, actually.
It's tough dating a tennis player. Love means nothing to them. I was going to tell 11 jokes about Wimbledon, but 10 is enough.
That's a good one.
My wife said, you've told me 14 tennis jokes today and it's getting very annoying. So I said, all right, I'm telling joke 15, love.
Oh, dear. There were actually a couple in there that I liked.
I love tennis puns. I try not to take advantage of them. It's not... There you go.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, it must be that. I think it's the last time we're going to do those. I don't know what you think about all of these tennis puns that are flying around, bro.
These tennis puns are foul.
Yeah, but every time I lob one over at you, you volley one back.
Good point.
Serves us right.
God, we're both at fault. This is criminal. See you in court.
But my lawyer's an ace.
Smashing.
Oh, bro. We just keep going back and forth like a rally of sorts. Anyway, right, enough of all of that racket. Let's keep it going.
I hope that none of that lasts like 2 minutes, sees the light of day. It's fucking awful.
And that was our last ever tennis jokes
of the week.
Oh man, a little bit of me died inside doing that.
Oh man. All right, shall we move on to our proper jokes? Which is our jokes
of the week.
Small bit of news though, Sean.
Oh,
there is a new way to send jokes in to How to Kill an Hour. So yeah, we are retiring jokes at howtokillanhour.com. All right, and we're becoming slightly more organised. We're going for a form-based approach, and you can access it by going to howtokillanhour.com/jokes. You'll be presented with a form where you can put your joke into it and send it over to us.
Right.
With an optional email and name as well, because some of you with your jokes want to stay anonymous, and I get it. Sometimes I want to stay anonymous, but I haven't got that choice. So that's it. Jokes, howtokillanhour.com/jokes if you want to send your jokes in.
Right. Good to know.
Yeah. All right, Sean.
Right.
Let's crack on.
Shall we? I'm actually going to kick one off.
You kick one off.
I'm going to
kick one off. You serve.
Oh, jeez.
Oh man.
All right. The reason why I'm going to kick this one off is it's a bring back.
It's a bring back.
It is a bring back. It is, but it's a bring back of one of. I did one last week.
All right. Go on.
A man approached his widow at a funeral. Do you mind if I say a word? The widow replies, by all means, please do. I said, defibrillator. She said, thanks. That's what he would have wanted. Can we get a compilation in? Come on.
Is that it? We have more.
No, just one to add to ours.
I love it. All right. Send yours in the comments and we'll do it. We'll do a part 2. All right, Sean. This is a bit of an observation.
Okay.
Social media has got us thinking that 10 likes aren't a lot. Imagine if 10 people are trying to jump you. It's a good point.
That is.
That's a lot. All right.
I asked a woman in my art class if I could paint her nude. Sure, she said. Take off your clothes then.
I feel like old ladies like jokes like that. Right. This is a remix, Sean. Okay. This is a classic.
Right.
But it's like someone's taken, your caipirinha, and added...
You're taking your what?
Your caipirinha. Is that not a drink? You drink those, isn't it?
Yeah.
How you say it?
Caipirinha.
A caipirinha. So that got out to the words of things that you can say twice, the right way or the wrong way when I say it. Someone takes your caipirinha and adds an extra bit of... Is there chili in caipirinha? Puts a little bit of chili in it.
More, right.
Spice on it, right?
Okay.
Massively oversold this. Shit. fuck am I doing? The first thing you should know about working in a mortuary, the teacher said as he removed his latex glove and inserted a finger right up the arse of the body on the table, is that you can't be squeamish. The students grimaced as he motioned for them to line up and do the same. And the last student had stuck their finger right up to the knuckle. The teacher popped his finger in his mouth and asked them to do the same. The class was horrified. Some of them threw up, some of them fainted, and some of them were just retching. The teacher said, the second thing you should know about working in a mortuary is attention to detail. I stuck my middle finger in, but I sucked my index finger. The third thing you should know, the teacher said as he picked up his briefcase and walked out the door, is that I don't work here. And the fourth thing you should know, said the man lying on the table with a smile, is that I'm not dead. Sorry, I got there in the end.
Wow, that went a few steps further than I.
It was really badly written.
Than I remember.
Sorry, really badly written. And I didn't remember.
Okay, hence the chili in the caipirinha.
Yeah, that was the chili in the caipirinha, aka, yeah, the dead man. It was the dead man was the extra bit, innit? That was.
No,
it was your joke usually in two parts.
It was the walking out and the dead man.
Oh, there you go then.
He was not dead. We shan't call him the dead man.
He's not a dead man.
He's not the Undertaker.
No.
This is also, I think this is anyway. A young man went into confession crying and told the priest, "Forgive me, Father, for I have sinned." "What have you done?" asked the priest. "A few weeks ago, I went to the library. I remained there until closing time, and when I was about to go home, rain started pouring down. It was so intense I had to wait in the library. I waited for a while with the librarian, a young, attractive single girl. Then one thing led to another, and then I ended up sleeping with her." The man stopped talking, but kept weeping. "Well, don't cry. It's a sin, but it's not that bad. You should say 5 Hail Marys and all shall be forgiven," said the priest. "But it doesn't end there, Father," the man kept sobbing. "A few days later, my elderly neighbour asked me to help her with her computer. Her husband was hospitalised and she couldn't send an email to her son. I went there, I fixed the problem, but when I was about to leave, rain started pouring down. It was really stormy and I had to wait. One thing led to another, and I ended up sleeping with the old lady," the man cried. "Oh dear, well, that makes it harder indeed. But still, you should say 15 Hail Marys and you will be forgiven," said the priest. "Oh, I'm afraid the worst part is still ahead, Father," cried the man. "Yesterday, I went to the barber. I was his last client that day. As soon as he finished and I was about to leave, the rain started pouring down so intensely, I had to wait with him. One thing led to another, and I ended up sleeping with him as well," the man cried. "Oh dear, it is indeed worse than I thought," said the priest. "So, what should I do, Father?" the man asked. "Well," answered the priest, "you should get the hell out of here before it starts raining."
I love that joke. That's wicked. Two friends are chilling at a bar having a drink. One said to the other, "I hooked up with a guy who had a micro penis." "Wow," said her friend. "Didn't know you had it in you." "Well," said the first one as she sipped her drink, "neither did I."
I was about to take a sip of my drink, but it would have gone really well.
Oh, that's a good one.
Oh, I haven't heard that one. That's a good one.
That's a good one.
A DEA officer stopped at our farm yesterday. "I need to inspect your farm for growing of illegal drugs." I said, "Okay, but don't go in that field over there." The DEA officer verbally exploded, saying, "Mister, I have the authority of the federal government with me." Reaching into his back pocket, the officer pulled out his badge and shoved it in my face. "See this bloody badge? This badge means I'm allowed to go wherever I wish on any land. No questions asked or answers given. Do I make myself clear? Do you understand?" I nodded politely, apologised, and went about my chores. A short time later, I heard loud screams, looked up and saw the DEA officer running for his life, being chased by a big old mean bull. With every step, the bull was gaining ground on the officer, and it seemed likely that he'd get gored before reaching safety. The officer was clearly terrified. So I threw down my tools, ran to the fence and shouted at the top of my lungs, "Your badge! Show him your bloody badge!"
I've never heard that one before. I would like it. A woman walks into a store and asks the assistant for 4 D-cell batteries. The assistant waggled their finger and went, come this way? The lady replied, if I could come that way, I wouldn't need 4 D-cell batteries.
Yes. Oh, it took me a sec. Oh, that's a great one.
Yeah, man.
I love that.
The filthy old
love
ladies
that.
called on the internet this week, innit?
I've never come this way before.
I've never come this way before.
My girlfriend used to punch me in the face when she had an orgasm. I didn't mind much until I found out she was faking them.
Poor kid. 2 kids were arguing with each other about which of their parents was better. My dad's stronger than yours, said the first. No, my dad's stronger, said the second. Well, my dad can lift his whole truck by himself, replied the first. Well, my dad can lift the house, resorted the second. Well, my mum's better than yours, the first said. The second replied, yeah, that's what my dad says too.
Merge. This is definitely an oldie, but hopefully a goodie. My dad always said, before you criticise someone, son, walk a mile in their shoes. That way, when you criticise them, they'll be a mile away and you'll have their shoes.
Classic. This is another classic. My teacher told me I'd be no good at pottery. Fucked it. Ignore that. Fuck the joke. Because of my dyslexia. That's the thing. My teacher told me I'd be no good at poetry due to my dyslexia. But so far, I've made 3 jugs and a vase. So F you, Mr. Peterson.
Can we just leave that? No.
We'll put the blooper out. It's actual dyslexia. Oh, my God.
Oh, that was brilliant.
Oh, my God. Oh, all right.
That's just
Well,
that's just brilliant.
There you go,
Sorry.
Sean. I'm sorry, bruv.
That's
Sorry.
absolutely wonderful.
Disgraceful.
Right. Bill wakes up with a monster hangover. He cracks open one eye and sees a glass of water and 2 aspirins on the bedside table. His clothes clean and pressed. The house spotless. He heads to the kitchen. Hot breakfast is waiting. Newspaper laid out and a note. Honey, breakfast is on the stove. I went shopping. Love you. Even more confused, Bill turns to his son and asks, What happened last night? The son replies, you came home after 3 a.m, drunk, broke a chair, threw up in the hall, and gave yourself a black eye walking into the door. Bill blinks. Then why is everything so perfect? His son shrugs and says, oh, that's easy. When Mum tried to take your pants off, you shouted, lady, leave me alone. I'm married.
Good job, Bill. Good job, Bill. I like that. Oh, man. It's one for my nerds. A software tester walks into a bar, runs into a bar, crawls into a bar, dances into a bar, flies into a bar, jumps into a bar, and orders a beer. 2 beers. 0 beers. 9,999 beers. A lizard in a beer glass. -1 beer. Testing complete. A real customer walks into a bar and asks where the bathroom is. The bar explodes.
Wait, what?
It's for my software testers out there, yeah? It's for my software testers. They test everything and then when it finally gets real life use, it breaks.
Fair play. Fair play. I mean,
She was like, fair play. Shit.
these are short ones. I'll do these 2.
Okay, cool.
Together.
Perfect.
Yeah.
And then we can wrap it up on that, Sean.
I was asked to write 3 words that describe me. I wrote lazy.
I love lazy jokes.
I'm going to do this one, yeah, but it makes me feel bad at the same time. Right. What do you call a dog without legs?
I don't know. What do you call a dog without legs?
Doesn't really matter. It won't come if you call it.
Classic. All right. Well, those were our jokes
of the week.
Now, Sean, we have in the past had cussing matches. We have cursed each other. I have found some fantastic insults online. There's 7 of them that I'd like to share with you. They are on today's script.
Okay.
I think we just go for them, bro, and I'd like you to fill them with half the amount of zest that you usually give me when you give me your real insults. Because I'll say the full might be a bit too much.
When it comes to this, I need no motivation. Don't worry about that.
All right. Here are some fantastic insults. You ready?
Back to back.
I'm ready to go, yeah.
Okay.
Listen, I don't have the time or the crayons to explain this to you. when I read that, I was tired.
I'm thoroughly surprised that you can think without moving your lips.
That's dread. I'll challenge you to a battle of wits, but I see you're unarmed.
Oh. If your brains were dynamite, there wouldn't be enough to blow your hat off.
That's like a proper East London one, isn't it? If his brains were dynamite, I wouldn't be. Yeah. Anyway, intelligence is chasing you, but my God, you're faster.
You'd struggle to pour water out of a boot if the instructions were written on the heel.
You're thicker than a submarine door. To be fair, that could be a compliment to the right person, isn't it? Damn, girl, you're thicker than a submarine door. Damn.
Reframing.
There you go. Now, also, Sean, I said we have spoken about the worst curses in the world. We did ask our audience to provide us with their responses to the question, what are your worst curses?
Right.
These are some of the worst curses in the world, part 2. You can go first, or I can go first, Sean.
Okay, this one is from Aiden. May you drink orange juice before you brush your teeth tonight.
May you always feel like there's a long hair in your mouth, but there never is one.
May you stub your toe, and whenever you feel that it starts to heal, you stub it again, and it hurts even more than the first time.
I'm actually going through that right now, brother. It's not fun.
Perpetual toe stubbing.
Ooh. And then who would you shout at as well? You look at the coffee table or whatever it is that you stubbed your toe on. We want to punch it up and throttle it, but it's an inanimate object. So now you're an idiot.
I still do it.
Yeah. May the charging lead break off in your phone. Oh, that's annoying.
Why would you wish that on someone? May every side of your blanket at night be the short side. I thought this was going to be the cold pillow.
May you bite your tongue every time you eat. Oh, that's nasty.
That would ruin eating. May you forever have sand/crumbs in your bed.
That'll do my head in.
Oh, that is
torture. May your socks always fall down inside your trainers.
Okay. What's worth, that or wet socks?
I'm going to skip ahead. May your socks forever feel like you stepped in something wet.
Let us know which of the two socks. Which one's worse?
But imagine both at the same time.
Imagine
a soggy sock coming down.
A sock that's riding down and soggy.
Oh.
I think at that point you just give up, innit?
You just stop walking. I'll just stand.
I wouldn't even want
Uber. Just sit. Right.
May you need to go for a pee as soon as you get comfortable in bed.
That's annoying. I'll say it again though. May your socks forever feel like you stepped in something wet.
May you click on the ads every time you try to watch corn.
Oh man!
I don't want to play poker now.
I don't care how many girls there are in my area. I'm not interested. I've got a wife. Sean, I tell you what. we've got another one. We've got to do another one, Sean. Seeing as we're talking about insults, right?
Okay.
I've managed to find people's favourite British insults.
Ooh, okay.
These are some of your favourite British insults. Bellend.
It's a strong start.
That's a strong one, isn't it?
Saying thank you to someone who doesn't deserve it
Yeah.
with "You're welcome."
Oh, so badly written. But yeah, so like, thanks. Oh, you're welcome. Yeah. Oh, that's passive aggressive.
It is very passive aggressive.
When said with the right emphasis, you can't do much better than a simple twat.
Do you know what that always reminds me of? Do you remember Eyeball Paul from Kevin and Perry Go Large? And he used to have the vodka.
Oh,
it
yeah.
was Reese. What's the guy's Reese?
I don't know his name, but I know who. I can see him. Yeah.
And he gets the bottle of vodka and he drinks it through his eye and he just goes, "Twat!" Calling someone an inanimate object, especially things found in a kitchen, e.g., your mug, your cheese grater, your wet mop, your sponge. We need to add all of that. Oh man! Shut up, your whisk.
Shut up, you rusty spoon.
Fucking garlic peeler. Get out.
Oh man, another classic. You numpty.
Shut up, you numpty.
You numpty.
You toss pot.
Toss pot. I like
Toss
that.
pot. That's one.
Plonker.
Plonker. That one's an old school, isn't it?
Yeah, OG.
Plonker.
Early
Like
40s.
nowadays, if someone says you plonker,
Yeah.
Wanker. That's solid. Always will be.
But I think it's the way you say it because you can have a little wanker. Or you wanker. That's good.
I see.
Nonce.
I mean, I wasn't saying that.
That's a word that they use in the UK. If you do something that's absolutely nothing to do with that, like, oh, look at you, the yellow trainers, you nonce.
Whereas I feel like in most other countries it means someone who fiddles.
Yeah, I mean, pedophile, innit?
Yes.
Yeah. PDF.
Yeah,
that's what they say.
one of them. Whereas here, shut up, you nonce.
You nonce. Or someone comes in with like a fresh shirt on with a big collar. Oh, look at this nonce.
Or if you go to the bar, everyone's ordering beers, and you order like a Cosmo. What are you ordering, you nonce?
Nothing. It's got nothing to do with it, bruv. It's got nothing to do with it.
Oh, dear.
And of course, calling somebody a can't. Listen, you can't. That's the best word.
And that just reminds me of the Alan Partridge when he goes, "Alan, you can't." Oh, there's no need for that.
Oh man, there you go. And those are some of your favourite British insults
of the week.
Sean, I mean, listen, I've been very busy this week, so I won't push on with other stuff. We have got how to tell someone to calm down in Britain. I mean, you can do it if you want. It's very short.
Yeah, go on. Then. You know what? One of these is my my dad's like favourite.
Okay, cool. How to tell someone to calm down in Britain.
You go first.
Oh, I remember my first beer.
It was like, I don't even know that one.
You never heard that?
No.
Someone's like, oh, flipping out. Yeah, it says something like brave or shit. You're like, yeah, I remember my first beer.
I'm going to skip. I'm going to do the one. Wind your neck in.
Oh,
wind
my
your neck in.
God.
That is one that my dad would hit often.
The timing on that, if someone hits you with a wind your neck in, it can render you speechless.
Yeah, but you want to go, oh,
It's not on it, but it's adjacent to calm your tats, isn't it? Hey, calm your tits. Calm your tats. Have you seen that meme, calm your tats? And another person goes, no! They're like that. They're like, really?
No, man. That's what you know.
All right. What have we missed out? Pick on one of them, Sean.
Calm your hype. Calm your hype.
Calm your hype.
It's become like the solid.
That's our go-to,
Yeah,
innit?
that's
Yeah.
our go-to.
Calm your hype, innit?
Calm your hype, bro.
Yeah. And then there's, oh, you're hard.
The condescending one, just to raise the levels. Like, you're angry. Let me see if I can up the ante a touch.
Oh, someone's had a shandy. Oh, that isn't it. Oh, there we go. Those were our. I don't even know what they were. Were they? How? Well, are they ways to calm people down or how to wind people up?
I would say how to passive aggressively tell someone to calm down in Britain.
Of the week.
The week.
There you go, Sean. So, look, man, those are our of the weeks. There was a lot of the weeks.
That was a lot of good of the weeks.
A lot of the weeks in there. Ah, yeah, and then there's our killer bits as well. How you been killing time, Sean?
Oh, nothing overly exciting.
Cool.
I must say this week. Have you got something that you would want to?
I mean, nerding out, bro. I've read some books. I know that doesn't constitute nerding out, but if you've listened to this whole episode, you'll have noticed that I struggle with reading generally because my dyslexia and I punched up the fuck line on a joke real bad earlier. I've been checking out World Walker series. I've been reading and also listening to them on Audible.
World Walker
series. It's a sci-fi series. How do I explain this without sounding like nerd? Wait, come back, Sean. No, Sean, wait, wait there. I'm going there. Yeah. It's a show about a world where some people have a genetic tweak where they can actually use what they think in the first book is magic. So imagine you grow up and then you find that you can move things with your mind. There's a world like based in this day and age, there's a world where that happens, but you have to go to a certain point. You don't know why. You go to a certain area like a park or something and there's a pond, and when you're near it you charge yourself up. Some people can do stuff like move stuff. Some people are psychic. Some people can sense other people with powers. Some people can make inanimate objects move. Some can make food out of anything, like a bit of dirt and whatever. And it's the story of a person who is like kind of, the protagonist kind of got Neo-like a skill set, like gets blessed with the highest level of power, like a level of power that is not even expected, and then how they progress through trying to take on a world where obviously there's bad people with the powers and good people with the powers. That's where it starts in book 1, and then I got all the way through to book 4. Like just
how many in the series?
Through them, 4 books in the series.
That's what we finished.
All the way through to book 4. So yeah, World Walker series and Audible.
Can I just ask for people who are not massively into fantasy? Was it still no? I'm asking to see where, because I'm not massively into fantasy, but the premise of this book like kind of hooks me in. I'm like, okay, yeah, because like, you know, I love a martial arts film. Okay. We have a main protagonist who, you know, is highly skilled.
Yes. So there is without spoiling it, you know the saying, magic is only technology. Magic is perceived as technology that is beyond one's comprehension is perceived as magic.
Sure, I have not heard it, but yes.
Yeah. So, like, saying. For example, if we went to a caveman and flicked a lighter open, they'd be like, "Oh," do you know what I mean? They'd be like, "What is this magic?" Whereas you know how a lighter works. Do you know what I mean?
I still thought it was magic. Opening my eyes. What's going on?
I imagine you sit at home for hours on end just looking at it. What is this?
Must be magic.
You were at a gas hob. You were at a gas hob going, oh my god, this is the source of it. This must be the source of it all, yeah. So yeah, it's based around that. So there is a big sci-fi tie-in. Roswell is in it as well, which is
as in Roswell.
Yeah. Okay. Roswell makes an appearance in it as well, and that's as much as I can say without spoiling it. But then as you get through to the 4th book, you kind of start to get the sci-fi. It grows from just being a story between a person and a group of people into something a lot larger, and then it has some themes and some ideas around multiverse, has ideas around the universe and comprehension and stuff like that. And I really like it when you get into books like that. It's like another book that did this on a much bigger scale was 3 Body Problem. When I read all those books, it starts talking about how one would perceive the next dimension that we can't perceive. And it uses an ant climbing on a gravestone in one of the books to show how an ant doesn't really know an ant walks up, it walks across a gravestone through the letters, and it describes the ant going up and down and left and right. But for us, we can just see that it's a gravestone that it's walking along. But for the ant, it has no comprehension of what it's walking along. Doesn't really know that, doesn't really have a perception of gravity. Like if it falls, I think an ant's so light it can't really get hurt. So it doesn't even understand that the third dimension to us, it's quite a 2D world, if you know what I mean. Everything's just flat and it walks across it. It doesn't really know about height as such. Do you know what I mean? People will be like, yeah, they do, but whatever. And then it talks about that. So makes you start to think about stuff like that, stuff that can make you go a bit la-di-da.
Any specific book that you enjoyed the most out of the 4?
The first one was amazing, and I was worried that they weren't going to wrap it up nicely at the end, but they wrapped it up quite tightly at the end. It's very, very nice.
Finishing a film or a book, right?
Yeah. And it makes you think, like, if you could control matter to a high level. So we're talking, see how you got a drink there empty? You could fill that up. But you could fill it up with whatever you want. You could fill it up with a caipirinha. Am I saying it wrong again? How do you say it?
Caipirinha.
A caipirinha. You could fill it up with one of those, drink it, and just be like, it's not going to make me drunk. Eat whatever you want. It's going to be high protein and healthy. You could do silly things like that, or you could build property, or you could help the poor, or you could steal from the rich, or you could steal from the poor and give to the rich. You know what I mean? So it kind of has this weird way of making it seem quite feasible.
Sounds like the Irish Robin Hood.
Yeah. You could, and it also ties into like real world places. So they go to Vegas at some point. They go to like some jungle at some point, and it ties into stuff that we have as natural occurrences. And it kind of ties it into the law. So when they do that with stories where they give you like an alternate explanation for why things are.
I like that.
So it's quite cool. Really good, man. Really, really good. Enjoyed myself. Really good. But I also have been hunting. Do you want to bring anything for
Kiddo? Go for it.
I've also was hunting for something for you, Sean, and that was another sport
of the week.
Now, I've been fighting to find something better than suit jitsu, Sean. Right. And I don't know if I ever will. Right. But again, because this is an audio format, you might have to say what you see.
Okay. I will try and do that.
With our current sport of the week. All right, Sean. This is... I'll just refresh this page for you here, brother. And then you can tell us what you see.
Right, so there's 2 robots with boxing gloves on, and they are in a ring with a referee. One went down and got counted, but why is she still counting? They're back up and fighting again.
Bit tricky on the legs there.
They are attempting to hit each other, and they look... I'm not going to lie, the balance looks incredible.
Yeah, look at getting up.
Like one of them slipped a minute ago and managed to like catch themselves before falling. Oh, front teeth. Wow, what just... Oh,
when they fall over.
One of them's malfunctioned.
One of them tripped over the other. Are they going to get up?
And one fell on the floor, the other one tripped over it.
There's been a knockout. There you go.
Okay, I need some context, because I will say this.
Mm-hmm.
They look like, I've seen robots walk, move, do certain things. The way that these robots move are uncanny. Like one of the robots threw a kick,
tripped,
like became off balance when trying to plant his foot back, but managed to like. It looks like a person like trying to keep their balance.
Yeah, it's uncanny, and also the amount of tech that goes into that is quite high. I think the robots look a little bit bigger the way that they put the cameras than they are in real life, which I think makes them a bit sorry, I sort of want to fall over. Makes them look a bit more nimble, but they're probably, if you look at our ref, they're probably
about 4 foot tall.
I don't know how tall the ref is, but they might be 4 foot. Yeah, 4 foot, 3 foot tall.
It depends on how tall. Yeah,
but kickboxing robots. So this is called Just the Mech Combat Arena Competition, which is the world's first humanoid robot fighting tournament hosted in Hangzhou, Eastern China. And yeah, bro, I'll be honest with you. When I see stuff like this, I'm like, when are they going to bring out a 4-player pack of these that I can buy for Christmas? And in the garden, we're going to make a little ring, and all of us are going to chill out and batter each other with our robots. Not each other physically, but each other's robots.
Can I just ask, is there someone controlling them?
Yeah. If you look carefully in the background, there's a guy standing at the side of the ring with a remote control. I mean, if you could program yourselves and just... Sorry, when the one falls over and
squatting.
lands on its face. I think if you look for a second here, you can see that there is a. Oh, they look a bit dazed. There is somebody behind. You can see at some point in the video
with a
remote, with a remote control. So they are being controlled by someone, but they do look like they're the same brand though, innit? They don't look like two sort of hunky junky robots put together.
This is not. Do you remember that? Do you remember the film Real Steel?
I love that film.
It's a great film.
Love
with
that film.
Hugh Jackman.
Hugh Jackman in it.
It's a wicked film. If anyone hasn't seen that, it's fighting robots. But it's a good storyline. This is some good character progression.
I love the way they tie in. Do you remember the clip, like the finisher at the end? How he controls the robot. We won't spoil it because I don't see it. There was a tear in my eye. I was like, oh. You see a little glint in his eye. Remembering the good old days. Oh. Yeah, I watched it. I love films like that. I'd love to do that in real life, man.
Yeah, that would be fun. I'm going to guess.
If that was affordable.
I'm going to hazard a guess and say that those robots are mad expensive, man.
Yeah. And
like,
yeah.
What we thinking? Like,
I don't even.
50 grand expensive.
I don't think they're even on the market. Do you know what I mean? You know, like, so they're not even like. I don't even think unless you've got like oil money. You see the two guys in the background. Oh, you miss it. But I think even if you got oil money.
Oh, there is. Yeah. See,
yeah. If you've got oil money, it's a case of I don't know if they could churn out these. As many oil money will do a lot, but it doesn't look like they can throw out thousands of these at a time. Do you know what I mean? Very complex. Like when they drop and get up.
I will put this when one of the robots got up a minute ago.
Yeah,
it literally all the movements look like a human.
Yeah. Except at the end, you can see one's looking at the ceiling a little bit because they must have popped their head a little bit. I think they look amazing. When they get up, it's cool.
It's impressive. It is.
I would still program mine I'd want it to smash the floor and just stand up, like an agent. But anyway, that was our random sport
of the week.
I'm sorry it wasn't as exciting as Suit Jitsu, Sean.
I don't know. I would be up for going to watch. I would up for going to Hansel and watching two robots have a scuff.
Ever since Robot Wars has come out.
Hey, Robot Wars was lit back in the day. Let's put it out there.
Yeah. I've always wanted to have a robot and control it and beat it.
Did you have a favourite robot?
The house robot? There was...
House robots were...
Matilda!
Sergeant
Slaughter. He was good. There was Sir Lancelot. Was it Sir Lancelot? There was...
That's about as far as my memory goes for the house robots, I'm sure.
Yeah. Crash Bang! I don't know. Look it up.
Quite a few more. But my favourite robot was Hypnodisc.
Hypnodisc? Was that the one that had the claws and it had a spinning disc?
It just had a spinning... and it used to have like black and white, so when it spun, it looked like a... What do you call it? Actually, I don't even know what would you call it. But... it looked like a kaleidoscope almost, and it just used to tear other robots to shreds.
I love that. I love that. There was also Roadblock, I think it was called. That was like one of the champions. I liked it. It used to have a saw on its back, so it would just like reverse into robots. And it's one of the first wedge ones that could flip other robots over.
With a self-righting mechanism.
That was it in season 2. They had to have self-righting mechanism because some fights started and they just got flipped over and they're out. Oh yeah, man. Bruv, like where are these shows? Razor. Was that house robot?
No, but that was one with a big pincer that used to come. That used to used to hold you. And
and it's Crash. Oh my god, with a 10,000 tons. They'd always have some mad stat in it. 7,000 Newton tons of force. Oh my gosh, enough to crush 17 baby skulls at once. Sorry, what? But I'd love if they brought that show back, Sean. I would be there front row. I'd love it.
The nerd part of me really is about that.
Before we leave this mortal coil, at some point, I would like to go to an event for entertainment where we watch other professional robots beat professional robots up, or we can control some. Yeah. Serious, bro. There's no, I don't know. It would be like playing computer games, but so much better. Like watching you, like imagine we made a robot and it just rocked another robot's jaw, like sparks flying off it. Do you know what I mean?
On my button.
I'd love it, man. You know, we'd have a robot with like a rocket fist or something like that. So as it punched it, like it's hyper extended. But anyway, look. We digress. That was How to Kill an Hour. Being a bit all over the place this week, but listen, things happen. Also, you did say you want to mention something, Sean, that was quite a little bit serious,
A bit somber.
We should bit somber, but I think it's right that we discuss.
It's been a few days since the passing of Diogo Jota, so just wanted to say rest in peace to him and his brother. Yeah. Who also is a footballer. He's played for Penafiel in the second division in Portugal. But it was. He was driving. It sounded like there was potentially some speeding, but it sounded as if there was a blowout of a tyre. And unfortunately, it's one of them ones. Like it ended up going to the ditch, but it flipped. And I just very much hope that they were not in pain before passing, but some of the tributes and stuff at the funeral was beautiful. But just he was only 28, man. And his Diogo. So I thought it was probably something that we should mention. So rest in peace, and all the comfort and love go to his nearest and dearest. His kids, his wife of 11 days. It just shows how cruel life can be sometimes, and all of his family. So, thoughts go out to them.
Life is sweet, but life can be short, guys. So make sure you hit up your loved ones, tell them that you love them. That's all I have to say on the matter. Other than that, man. But yeah, thanks for mentioning that, Sean. It's important to do that, and we will keep you smiling and laughing. Because, listen, that's what we do on this show. If you want to get your jokes in, it's all about sending them to howtokillanhour.com/jokes on our punishment episode, where I assure you, we shall continue cracking jokes. Stay blessed, guys, though, man. Big up yourself. Peace. You're just waiting around for the music to end.
I'm trying to think what this reminds me of, this tune.
How to Kill an Hour.
Oh, it's that.